Hello, fourth and fifth grade. So today will be our final painting day. I'm so excited to see our results. So today we will first improve our emotion painting with your paint of choice. We will quickly review those and then we will reflect on our artwork through writing or verbalizing an artist statement. So today we will review our paints, then we will observe our emotion paintings, then we will do a turn and talk. How will I improve my art will be the topic of that. Then we will finish up our paintings, clean up, and then write our artist statements. So today, remember you guys are using liquid tempera and watercolor. If you are at home, keep using whatever kind of paints you have. Go ahead and get those out or paint whenever you have time today. So for our turn and talk today, you're going to ask, partner, how will you improve your emotion painting today? So go ahead and pause your video and you can do that. All right, guys. So I hope you did your turn and talk and you thought, or your stop and think, how can you improve your emotion painting today? So today I plan to blank to improve my emotion painting. So for me, I would think about, I think I want to add more colors to make certain colors darker, or I might add a different type of paint to really emphasize or focus, make the focus on our painting in one certain area. Okay, you can add texture, designs. Just think about different things of how you can improve your work. Okay. So for today's challenge, I want you to look at your artwork, think about if you're taking your time, what you can improve. Remember the word craftsmanship. I'll say it again, this word right here, craftsmanship. So that just means, is your artwork neatly made, cleanly made? I can tell, we can both tell, me and Mrs. Comer can tell that it's not rushed, you're taking your time, and you thought about every detail you're including, okay? So when you're finished, ask your table partner for feedback on your art. Like, is there anything else that they suggest to make your artwork even better than it already is? Is it adding Sharpie, adding a new color, adding more colors, adding different dots or stripes or patterns or something? And then when you're finished, you can verbally record an artist statement. We will have a guide for you on how to do that at the end of this video, or you can just write about your artist statement, okay? So let's go ahead and look at some student examples of completed emotional work. All right, so I'm looking, this one seems like, I know several of you have like a mixed emotion theme, so this one seems to be really conveying a mixed emotion. Did you guys also get that when you looked at this one? And then this one seems to be like a nighttime scene, right? So what are we thinking? It's almost bright during nighttime, so I'm kind of confused in a way. It makes me kind of happy, excited. It makes me feel just different types of ways. So maybe it's another mixed emotion painting. All right, this one. Ooh, this one has different color uses for her mountains, right? So she has some happy mountains and then a lot of black mountains. So maybe she's thinking about a certain struggle or like a long journey ahead. I feel like there's so much that you can take from just this painting itself. This one on the right here, this one makes me feel kind of lonely, right? Because it's just one person, a really cool toned color scheme. So you want to think about your color choice when you're finishing up your artwork. This one seems kind of playful and happy based on the shapes, patterns, and color choices. So just keep that in mind when you're finishing up your work. And this is the last page of student examples. This one looks like a watercolor. It's super nice. I think this one, it kind of feels like two things working together, or reminds me of like tiny little atoms or cells that our bodies are made up of. It also reminds me of sadness just based on the color choice. See how much I'm getting from just looking at one painting? This one reminds me of sadness. Maybe all of them do, just based on their color choices, right? We have lots of cool tones, blues, greens, purples. Darker tones like blacks and browns too. So just think about that when you're finishing it. All right, guys. So now I'm going to finish my emotion painting. Remember that my emotion was interest or interested. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that for you now. All right, was that awesome or what? I'm really happy with how I did that. Um, it was definitely what was needed, right? You just need to put those finishing touches on your painting. All right, so for my artist statement, I want you guys to give your artwork a title. So while you're working on it, you can definitely think about what you want to name it. So maybe you can name it your emotion or something specific that maybe you're thinking about when you're painting it. So this is just an example. If you want to write your artist statement based on this, you definitely can, or you can write about it yourself. You don't have to follow this template or outline. Okay. So in my art, I painted the emotion blank. So we definitely need to know what emotion you're painting. So for mine, I'd say interested or interesting, because we're learning about how art evokes feelings and how to communicate our ideas through art. I showed this emotion in my painting by how'd you do that? Was it the color choices? Was it the shapes you use? Was it lines, different patterns, whatever? So with mine, interested, I created like a bunch of different shapes in mind to kind of keep you still looking at it or interested, and a bunch of shapes, a bunch of colors, different lines, textures. Just think about that when you're writing about your painting. So I painted with blank in my art. So you want to say what kind of paint you use. So I used watercolor. If you also use Sharpie or pencil to like help outline or emphasize certain objects in your artwork, you want to include that too. And I want people to feel blank when they look at my art. So it could be happy, peaceful, sad, interested, mad, thoughtful. Like there's so many different ways you could want your audience to feel when they look at your artwork. So for mine, I guess I could kind of use the same word like interested or interesting because I want people to still be looking at my artwork. So maybe I would use the word thoughtful because they'll be thinking about my artwork, okay? And I think that's it for today, guys. So this will kind of be our show what you know today at the end of class on our Canvas discussion board, okay? I cannot wait to see what finishing touches you put on your artwork today. Bye, guys.